Shechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh, as the cantor sang. Who would have believed that we could be here tonight listening to the speech of a child of whom we were told he may never speak? Before I start my prepared text, I feel compelled to give a hakarat hatov to two individuals whom without them we would not be here tonight. I need to thank Daddy Federbush firstly for his elegant introduction. It was Danny who held our hands for 2 years as we were making a decision about SINAI. I also need to extend a hakarat hatov to Dr. Richard Bourne. Richard provided me with an opportunity which has enabled me to absorb the crushing costs of raising a special needs child, and also the ability to help others with their special needs. Mikerev Lev, Richard and Debbie, thank you for everything. When you accept this honor, you wonder what you will speak about. You try to speak about things you are knowledgeable about. I know about hotels with small rooms. I know about golf, about wines and spirits, about the Grateful Dead, and about Hebrew literature. So tonight, I thought I would speak in Hebrew about playing golf in a small room while listening to the Grateful Dead and sipping a cocktail. It soon occurred to me that no one else would be interested. But sincerely, Marjorie and I are honored to be here tonight. We are most appreciative and humbled by the extreme generosity that has been exhibited this evening. We struggled with the decision to send our son Gabe to SINAI. Our friends will tell you we agonized. After all, Gabe was attending one of the best schools in the world for autistic children. After 15 years, we decided that Gabe's future was within the Jewish community. We know that no one cares for their special needs individuals like our community. I can't begin to share with you the emotions when I saw Gabe wearing his kippah and tzitzit on his first day of SINAI, or when he returned to the house on his way to vacation, realizing he forgot his tefillin. Because of SINAI, the beautiful traditions that have been in our family for generations will continue to be carried on by our beloved son. So many of you have told us what a wonderful job we have done with Gabe. I truly thank you for your kindness. It is, however, Marjorie who is responsible for making Gabe who he is today. Gabe is the wonderful young man standing before us also because of our community. Many of you here today have played integral roles in Gabe's growth and development. As I watched Gabe grow and benefit from the community, I noticed something quite interesting. The community was benefiting from Gabe. And here are 3 short examples. Contrary to popular belief, a few tzaddikim still reside in Englewood. Rabbi Reichman and Chana, who have done so much for us all, and Roger Cohen, and the list is exhaustive. Roger always ensured that Gabe had a role in our community. He gives Gabe the appropriate kibbudim in shul and gave him the chazaka of opening the Aron Kodesh for Anim Zemirot. Roger also made sure that Gabe was an important part of his Little League team. The team won the championship. Gabe was named MVP. Upon receiving this honor, Coach Roger said, at the beginning, he wasn't quite sure how to put on his glove. But by the end of the season, he was hitting, fielding, and playing all aspects of the game. We thought we were going to teach Gabe, but Gabe taught us more than I or anyone else could teach. He taught the kids the merits of being team players through his kindness and enthusiasm. Our team learned more from Gabe than you could imagine. Example number 2. On most Shabbat afternoons, Gabe and I land up at the home of Saul and Sharon Merkin. The Merkins and their boys always made Gabe feel comfortable and welcome. He very much looked forward to being part of the crowd, playing basketball, football, ping pong, tetherball, or whatever game may be going on at the time. This past summer, as the kids returned from camp, Isaac Merkin, the youngest of the Merkin boys, came running off the bus. With great pride and a big smile, he told me Gabe scored a basket in the color war game this year. Isaac continued to say, I know it was because of all the practice he had in my backyard. I realized that Isaac took great pride knowing he took part in Gabe's accomplishments. Example number 3. We have shared many Friday night dinners with our dear friends Eric, Michael, Alex, and Rachel Hirschman. One night, Michael was experiencing a typical teenage melodrama. After a lengthy conversation, Michael pointedly asked, how come Gabe is always so happy? At the end of the night, Michael went home having learned the important life lesson, Ezehu Ashir Hasameach B'chelko. He who is rich is someone who is happy with his lot. When Gabe was first diagnosed with autism, I learned some important life lessons from Rabbi Saul Roth. The rabbi told me, you will love this child more than you will love anything else in your life. If you ask any parent of a special needs child, I'm sure they will agree. And the only way I could describe this love is the way Yaakov Avinu loved his son Binyamin. In Bereshit Mem Daled, Pasuk Lamed, Yehuda describes Yaakov's love for Binyamin as follows: Nafsho kishura b'nafsho. Yaakov's soul was intertwined with the soul of his son Binyamin. It has been the greatest joy of our lives to have our neshamot intertwined with the pure and holy neshama of our beloved son. It is the true definition of ahava amiti shelo tliya badavar, a pure and true love that is not dependent on any external factors. Rabbi Roth neglected to tell me about the love we would receive in return. If you want to see what's good in this world, what real love is, step into the classrooms of Sinai. You will feel the love. It is thick. It is tangible. It is not an emotion, but a way of life. You realize what makes these teachers tick is not money, but the love received from their students. When you experience this love, when your neshama is intertwined in their neshamot, you know what a beautiful gift God has given you. The second thing Rabbi Roth told me was that this child will be a financial burden. He then told me tending to the needs of the members of the community is the most important tzedakah that one could do. If the need should ever arise, the community would be there for us. You soon realize special education, money is the difference. Every dollar spent, every hour of therapy is crucial. Every hour spent engaged is an hour not lost. All of a sudden, you are spending more money on therapy than you make. Your savings get depleted. You watch your child progress, and it's all worth it. Then you realize the financial burden is a lifelong burden. This child will always be dependent on you, and in so many cases on the community, after you are gone. My heart goes out to all those kids who couldn't move on because their parents just didn't have the means. I stand here tonight to help ensure that we don't watch our children stagnate. We have to assume the responsibility that our community will take care of its own. Most of you know that I'm not particularly comfortable being up here. I'm much more comfortable asking for strokes on the golf course than for checks for an institution. Subsequently, I found out that my friends are much easier in giving checks to a charity than to get strokes on the golf course. One Friday night, I came to realize that I had to get involved. I need to do more. I believe that the events of that Friday night will inspire us all. Gabe and I are privileged to daven on Friday nights at the home of our friends Nadar and Madana Balor. We look so forward to being together. Perhaps my favorite time of the week is the Friday night when Gabe and I walk home side by side. The stresses of the week have melted away. The peace of Shabbat envelops us. On one Friday night, as we walked home, a section of the Talmud, Shabbat, page Kuf Yud Tet, Amud Bet, came to mind. The Talmud states, Shnei malachei hasharet milavin lo la'adam be'erev Shabbat mi beit hakneset leveito, echad tov ve'echad ra. וכשבא לביתו ומצא נר דלוק ושולחן ערוך ומיטתו מוצעת, מלאך טוב אומר, יהי רצון שתהא לשבת אחרת כך. ומלאך רע עונה אמן בעל כרחו. ואם לאו, מלאך רע אומר, יהי רצון שתהא לשבת אחרת, ומלאך טוב עונה amen ba'al karcho. The Talmud teaches us when a person walks home from shul on Friday night, two angels accompany him. One is a good angel and one is evil. When the person arrives home and the home is prepared for Shabbat, the good angel says, "May it be this way next week as well." And the evil angel is forced to say amen. But if the home is not prepared for Shabbat, then the evil angel says, "May it be this way next week as well." And the good angel is forced to say amen. That night I realized how lucky I am. When I walk home, I am only escorted by one angel, the good angel. Our special needs children have all the traits and characteristics that we attribute to angels. Bad and evil do not exist. They assume everyone is good. They never speak lashon hara. They don't know what jealousy is or how to commit a sin. These are truly angels that God has sent on their missions. They have been presented to us in the form of special needs individuals. The section of the Talmud I previously quoted is a source of our singing Shalom Aleichem before Kiddush on Friday nights. That night, when we sang Shalom Aleichem, it had an entirely different meaning. We said, "Shalom Aleichem Malachei Hasharet," peace unto you, our ministering angels. It now meant, peace unto you, my angel, and peace unto you, our special children who are like angels. I then asked myself, what is it I do to bring peace to these angels? What is it that I do to bring peace to their families who may be struggling? I then knew it was time to take an active role. After mentally accepting this call to action, only then could I ask the angels of peace to bless me in peace. And I continued, Barchuni l'shalom, malachei hashalom. My father, Zichrono Livracha, taught me, when guests leave your home, they should always be escorted by their host. We always walked our guests out of our home. When I sang Tzedchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, and bid farewell to the angels of peace, I envisioned myself escorting the malachei hashalom from my home. Now, while I escort the malachei hashalom from my home, I envision myself discussing with them what exactly it is I will do to bring peace upon our special children, the Malachei Hasharet. So tonight, I ask of you, on Friday nights, when you say Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, and you are asked to be blessed with peace, think about the children of Sinai. And as you escort the angels of peace from your home, make your plan to bring peace upon our children. Then the Malachei HaShalom will feel welcome in your home and bless you and your family with peace. As Jews, it is in our DNA to give tzedakah. We give, and we give until it hurts. It is hard standing here to ask anyone to give more. It is not hard to ask you to reassess and to reallocate. Reassess the importance of Sinai. Reassess the fact that it is dollars that stand in the way of a child's success. Reassess the fact that these children will rely on their families and communities for a lifetime. Reassess what Sinai does for these children and their families. And when you allocate funds to Sinai, perhaps you should view it as an investment rather than a donation, because great dividends will be returned. Just like Roger Cohen and his Little League team, you, your family, and the community at large will get back more than you put in. And just like Isaac Merkin, you, your family, and the community at large will take great pride knowing that you took part in the accomplishments of the children of Sinai. And just like Michael Hirschman, you, your family, and the community at large will learn valuable life lessons by having the children of Sinai in your midst. And I would just like to conclude with this. As the years speed by and the events of tomorrow become less certain, one thing gets clearer and clearer to me every day. It will be in the zechut of our special children and their teachers, sheyavo b'mhera l'tzion hagoel. Thank you very much, and we appreciate all you've done.